So our next step is we're going to make sure I'm going to take the midplane of our connecting rod, and I'm going to make sure that it's XY plane. Nope. Nope. It's XZ plane. Nope. YZ plane is flush with our pistons, with piston 2's XZ plane. Apply. Now this is a temporary constraint because I do not want this to be normally. So I'm going to say delete after crank case. So that way I can take in, I know this piston is at top dead center and this one's at bottom dead center. That means that this piston is as high as it'll ever be. So we're going to create a new piece in situ that is going to be our crankcase. That's going to allow us to line up with the pistons and the crankshaft to make sure we have plenty of space for everything. So I'm going to make a new part. This will be upper crank case. And that's going to be based on the okay, we're good. I'm going to project geometry. I need to see this guy. I don't want to do them as construction lines, so they're not real lines. So I can see both these guys. So my first step is in non-construction mode is I'm going to draw a circle around both of these. And this is going to be the cylinder. So we're leaving 0.075 between there and there. And the same here. So these are always going to be the same size, and they're based on how much space around the piston. Maybe at 0.05. So those will stay the same. And our engine is going to be a center point rectangle around this whole thing. And what do we know about this? Well, I know the center line of this piston, of this guy, should be on the should be lined up with those. And the distance between here and here should be the same, half the distance between here and here. So I'm going to dimension between these two guys. I'm going to accept it. And then I'm going to make this dimension equal this divided by 2. So the tangent is centered around there. I'm also going to mention this from the outside of the circle. Nope. .25. And I'm going to do it from the outside of this end, this guy. 0.25. We might change this later, but this is a good starting point. I'm now going to extrude this shape down 3 inches. Nope. 2 inches. That's probably good. Let's say 2.2. I really want to cover that piston so it can't fall out at all. So let's go 2.3. That's going to give us that's our main piston area. We now need to build the inner area. So this is our 2 cylinders. And now we're going to build our the rest of our engine. It's going to make sure we have space for the crank to move outwards. So I'm going to draw I'm going to start here a work plane on the middle of this piece so that I can work from the center and work out from both sides. And I'm going to start a sketch on that new work plane. I'm going to hit F7 so I can see the partway mark. And I know I'm going to need this bottom edge. And I'm going to build this guy out. And then I'm also going to need to draw. I'm going to take and use some tools. I'm going to make a construction line from the center of this going this way. I need to also project the geometry of this circle here. I know this circle, the center of the circle, should go right here. And that circle should go there. So that's that. And I know this is symmetrical to this about that line. And I'm going to set this angle to be some number. Let's do 115. And then we're going to draw another line. Non-construction, and this is parallel to this line. And this line here, again, this should not be a construction line. And these lines should be equal and symmetrical about the center line. And this wall size is going to be 0.15. And I can actually split this line using the split tool. I'm obviously going to break this line here and make this part a construction. So now I can extrude these two walls, and I'm going to set the from to be this wall, and the to, I'm going to hit F7, cancel. I'm going to finish sketch. I'm now going to extrude these two features. Nope. Extrude this thing and this thing from this wall to this wall. Now we need to add some end lines. We need to add the walls to this. So I'm going to hit project geometry again. And you see this. And I should see that as a construction line. I'm going to draw a circle, a non-construction circle now around him. And this from here to here should be 0.05. And I'm going to project the geometry of this side. And I'm just going to connect from here to here. And from here to here. So I'm going to extrude this portion in the other way, 0.15. Double check that I'm not running into anything. It looks like I am. Yep, that's okay. We'll fix that in a second. And I'm going to mirror this extrusion about the work plane we made. And now I'm going to go back to my first sketch for this guy. And I'm going to give myself a little more, instead of 0.25, let's make this 0.35. And we'll make sure that we are now outside of there, and we'll test that in a second. So I'm going to hit return. I'm going to now inspect this and this. No collisions. That's good. I'm now going to go and start. I'm going to take this guy. We're going to save this whole thing as full engine. Save. And we're going to delete this out of the assembly. I'm now going to, in the next video, we'll place it and reassemble everything, and we'll get the engine moving.